Welcome back to my channel for another video. So guys, this week is something a little bit different. A return of £781, FTSE 100. I used 7.62 in contracts, which is about 25k in margin. So this is a little bit different, okay? Normally I wait for the open to happen, so the European Open, FTSE 100 trade. I always wait for the market to open, wait for my formations to form, you know, the formations and characteristics that I associate, you know, in terms of my strategy and the strategy that I use, and then I place my trade. And that's what I teach my students to do also. But on this occasion, you know, this week in particular was a very, very strange week. It was extremely volatile. There was massive sell-offs, massive recoveries, massive rallies, massive pullbacks, and I just seen this as a really good opportunity. So it was like literally 2 or 3 minutes before the open, I took a short position, I pulled back a little bit, but then I pushed down through them support levels really, really quickly. 3.5, 4 minute trade, £781. And again, it's not something that I would normally do. It's not something that I would recommend, okay? I never ever recommend pre-market trading. It's very, very risky, but on this occasion, because of the characteristics, the week that I was in it, I seen it as an opportunity. Now listen, if it went against me, I'd have taken maybe a £200 or £300 loss on it, okay? But I was really confident on this, really very, very confident that it's not something that I do. So again guys, something a little bit different. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I also have a website. If you want to find out more about what it is that I do, you can contact me on that also, and the link to my website is in my bio on my Instagram page. I hope you like this week's video.
Okay, so here we go. So literally 3 minutes before the European Open, FTSE 100, 7.62 in contracts, which is about 25k in margin. So, you know, you can see there was a rally and then there was a pullback. And again, because of the rhetoric, this week was extremely volatile. So I just sensed there was going to be a sell-off on the open. So where that blue line is there, that is where I took my position, literally 3 minutes to the open. You can see the little pullback there, and when there's a little pullback like that just before the open, that is a classic sign that there's bound to be, you know, some form of a push on down through the support levels. It's a classic example of that. So even though I was pulling back here, you know, it's 2 minutes to the open. This actually confirmed my decision that it was the correct decision, because, you know, when you see these little pullbacks like this is a classic example of a pullback, you know, before sell-off. And these things, you get to read these things. You get to read them. There's always a pullback like this before the open, you know, but as I said, I wouldn't normally do this. This is not something that I recommend. You know, I just don't do it. But this was one of them odd occasions where I decided that it was a good opportunity. And you can see now that it's starting to push back down through them support levels, a minute to the open. It's consolidating there in that tight little range there. It's trying to go bullish, but it'll be rejected and rejected there twice. And we'll see them, and now it's consolidating, and the market is just about to open, and you can see that it's consolidating there in that little tight range, which gives me more clarification that it was the right decision. Trying to push up through them resistance levels again, but it'll try and push up, but it'll be rejected. So this is seconds to the open now. Okay, it's seconds to the open. So you're trying to see them bullish movements, but they're being rejected. And again, it's another classic example of history repeating itself time and time again. So it's trying to push up through them resistance levels, but it's being rejected and rejected and rejected. Okay, so what you'll see is these rejections taking place, and you'll start to see these, you know, bearish movements pushing down through them support levels. And, you know, again, it's not something that I do often, but look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. I knew there was going to be a big bearish movement. Did I know it was going to be to that extent? Absolutely not. I did not expect that. So I was absolutely delighted when I seen there was such a bearish movement. Massive, massive red candle. But, you know, opportunities like this don't come around very often. You know, look at them rejections at the support level now. So time to take profit.
So there you have it guys, £781 pre-market trading. I do not recommend pre-market trading. Okay, I do not recommend pre-market trading. It can be very, very risky. This was on very odd occasion, the very odd occasion that I do this. I couldn't even tell you the last time I done it. You know, it's just not something that I recommend. But again, you know, sometimes when you see opportunities, you've got to take them. But you only get to see these opportunities when you've spent time in the market. Okay, so I see people getting very frustrated. You know, they're not being profitable in the first couple of months. You know, they start to get very frustrated. I've been trading for 2 years. You know, 2 years non-stop. Usually trading 3 times a day. So that is a lot of experience. So it takes time. It takes time to get to the level that I'm at. You know, this didn't come overnight. It did not come overnight. Blood, sweat and tears, I can assure you. So again, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, something a little bit different. But again, I hope you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And again guys, as usual, if you want to contact me on my Instagram, and that's sambora.00. I also have a website. If you want to find out more about what myself and my students do, have a look at my website. The link is in my bio. Have a good week.